All right, 2, 3, 4 minute drill, who knows? It used to be a 2 minute drill because of Twitter. Twitter only allows 2 minute, 20-second videos. These days that I'm not on Twitter, it doesn't much matter, so is what it is. Listen, I just want to talk to you about politics a little bit, and from a personal standpoint. Politics is not something I ever wanted to get involved in. Now, having said that, growing up and being involved in working for the government, I became quite political, and active, and an activist in defense of, my brothers and sisters in uniform that worked in the worst neighborhood in the country, prison. And so that's where my activism was probably first engaged. But politics was not in my cards. I guess it is in my cards. Who am I to judge? But it's something that I got involved in because I have no choice. What I have been seeing for 20 years is an agenda that they want to achieve that will destroy everything we love about our country. And you can dismiss what I'm saying, you can ridicule and label me all you like, I don't care. It's a fact. This agenda will turn everything we love inside out. We're watching it. So I have no choice. This is out of a sense of duty for me. Thousands of Canadians before me gave the ultimate sacrifice in defending our way of life and our freedoms by going to some far-off land and dying there. My activism is relative to that sacrifice. That's why I do this. It's not because I want the government's paycheck as a politician. I have my own business. I don't need the government's teat to look after my life. I have my own business that I probably should focus on more. But because I'm so involved politically, my business suffers from that activity. But I don't do this because I want the government to look after me the rest of my life. I don't need their pension. I don't need their wage. What I need is to save my country. What I need is for the people of Canada to re-engage, to take back their responsibility and start looking at what's happening to our country and why it's happening to our country. And start understanding and acknowledging and recognizing that all of it is related to some foreign agenda called Agenda 2030, the SDG, Sustainable Development Goals. I didn't have a dream one day that then developed into a theory and then I scream about it. That's not what this is. Everything I talk about is 100% legit and verifiable. It's exactly what they're going to do to destroy our country, United States of America, and Western civilization. Civilization that's been the best civilization humanity has ever known. That's why they need to destroy it. They need to destroy the values of Western civilization: freedom, liberty, justice, sovereignty, equality under the law, prosperity, and truth. They need to destroy those values in order to achieve the goals of sustainable development, the 17 goals. If you take that agenda, you transpose it onto the Communist Manifesto, it's exactly the same thing, except on steroids. The World Economic Forum is only a support mechanism for that agenda. Please understand that the World Economic Forum is not the pinnacle of globalism. Klaus Schwab is not the pinnacle of globalism. He's a support mechanism for the agenda. Please understand this. Understand that this agenda has been in the works since after World War I, the League of Nations, and then after World War II, the United Nations. And this convergence of communism and fascism to then create an agenda as per the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, the Warburgs, the Schiffs, who sponsored the Club of Rome to come up with an agenda. The architect of that agenda ultimately is Dennis Meadows. Have a look at Dennis Meadows. I have a post on Dennis Meadows on my Facebook, on my Twitter. Can't see that one. On my YouTube, on my Rumble. Find it and listen to what he says. He's the architect of this agenda, based on the book he wrote called Limits to Growth. That's the foundational work for Agenda 21 and Agenda 2030. And one of the primary elements of this agenda is population reduction. That's a fact. It's just a fact. A stated fact by these people. And our establishment, the Liberals and Conservatives, the two ruling parties in this country that we continue to vote for, are both responsible for it. The Liberals responsible for implementing it, along with the Conservatives, but the Conservatives are responsible for signing us onto it and committing to this agenda. It's theirs. They own it. So it's time for us to reject this agenda. It's time for the people of Canada to wake up, to understand this is real as rain, and to take back your responsibility, hold your politicians accountable finally for once in decades, and force them to answer the question, do they support the Sustainable Development Agenda? Do they support a supranational agenda? Do they support Agenda 2030 and the SDGs? Yes or no? Don't let them off the hook by saying, I know nothing about this. I've never read it. They're full of shit. They know exactly what this is. And if they don't, they have no business being in politics. Get out, resign your seat, give it to somebody who actually gives a shit. So, anyway, that's, we're in precarious times. We are literally on the brink of no return. We need to educate as many people in our communities as absolutely possible. Or we're going to lose everything we cherish. That's just a fact. They are moving furiously ahead with their Agenda 2030, which means 7 years. And there's going to be a whole lot more pain coming. And I'm hopeful that when that pain hits, more and more people are going to awaken and then stand up. Hopefully it's not too late. So take back your responsibility, Canada, and my fellow Canadians. I'm begging you. I can't do this by myself, and neither can the PPC. And by the way, the PPC is the only party that fully denounces this agenda. 100%, unabashedly, without reserve, without hesitancy. We out of hand reject globalism. No other party federally is able to do that or says that. But we do, over here, the PPC, the People's Party of Canada. We fully reject it. Ciao for now.